Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello viewers, welcome to the Fast Profits Daily. Myself Brijesh Bhatia. In this video, I'll be discussing one sector where I think for next 8 to 10 years there is a huge investing opportunity, and though it might be the contrarian and against the crowd, and I would say this is the most hated sector as an investment one will look at, and that is PSU Bank. Well, they have been underperforming right from 2008 2009, and still in 2022 we are around 13-14 years down the line, and this sector is still most hated. Be it the PNB, which is trading at 10 years the same price, Bank of Baroda, which is been trading at around 5-7 years the same price. There are n number of PSU stocks which are trending around the same level which were around 8-10 years down the line. Why I am thinking that this sector could be a contrarian bet for next decade, or I would say this decade, probably for next 8 to 10 years. Let's look at the charts why I think so. The first chart I will be sharing with you is the, if you look at the screen over here, this is PSU Bank versus Nifty 50. This is a ratio chart which helps you to identify the outperformance and underperformance of a instrument against the other. So in this case, I am comparing PSU Bank Index with the Nifty 50. And if you look at right from 2008-2009, where the top formation was happened, since 2009, this index has been underperforming Nifty by a huge margin. Now, if you look at this scenario over here, the green the line marks are, or the black dotted lines which are being marked. If you look at on a monthly scale, none of the month till in 2021-22, the previous high was taken out convincingly. Now, if you look at the structure over here, right in 2014-15, it tried to bounce out, but again, similar highs and the momentum continued. Back in 2017-18, it retraced, but there was a lower high again, and the bearish momentum continued, which means that the underperformance of PSUs continue and outperformance of Nifty 50 continued. But back in 2021-22, if you look at the structure over here, the arrow marks, the green arrow marks are forming higher lows over here, which is very, very important, which was never the case right from 2009 till 2021. Now, if you look at the higher lows, which means that as per the Dow theory, the higher low is a sign of a bullish structure being building up. And I would say, if you look at the previous 2022 highs, where the this is again the monthly scale. So month on month performance has been tracked. That I'm not looking at the weekly or daily scale over here, where the performance at sometimes can outperform, at sometimes can underperform. But if this is a monthly chart, so closing of monthly is very, very important of PSU index as well as the Nifty 50. Now, if you look at the structure over here, this was the first time about the trend line breakout, which was the first time where we saw the monthly high being closed about the previous month high or the previous swing monthly high, and the higher low structure has been intact, which means as per the Dow theory, when the higher low structure starts building up, there is a trend change happening. And on monthly scale, the trend change happening is very, very interesting, that for a longer term point of view and investor point of view, this is an excellent opportunity. The second chart, if I want to show, is I have just added RSI. If you look at the second chart on your screen, there is a RSI added onto the lower panel. And right from 2011, if you look at the trend line, I marked from 2014, but even if you go back 2011, RSI always resists around 55-57 marks and fails to cross 60. Again, this time it is been resisting. If you look at the red line, it is on the verge of breakout. Why I'm telling you on the verge of breakout is because if you look at the price action above, or the ratio chart above, we saw a previous high being taken out convincingly. The higher low structure is intact, and I think if this month or the July month we close on a positive note on the ratio chart, this RSI might break out and we may see the range shift happening onto the RSI. And again, the bullish range shift happening on the RSI on monthly scale is an excellent indication of a trend change happening. So with the price action on the ratio chart with the RSI, I believe that there is an excellent opportunity. If I just go on to the PSU index chart, okay, if you look at the third chart over here, this is the PSU index point-time figure chart, again a monthly chart, and 3% by 3. So every time a prices closes 3% higher on monthly scale, a X is formed, and a vice versa. If on a monthly scale is closes below 3%, a O is formed, and a 9% reversal, because 3% by 3 the trend change happened. Now if you look at right over here, the red color column, which was the biggest, the green line marked, prices have crossed these levels now. And I believe that when there is a, even if you're trading bar chart, if you're trading a candlestick, if you're trading a point and figure, if you're trading Heiken Ashi, whatever, the bigger candle bar or bigger, if you look at this O column, the bigger column, when the highs and lows are taken out, it acts as a major trend change. And if you look at the green line, the prices have convincingly been trading for quite long above this a green line, which is the previous column O. Now if I look at the red line, which is the 45-degree line, and we are witnessing 45-degree breakout, plus DTB, which is the double top buy, has been triggered onto the monthly scale of point and figure chart of PSU Bank Index. So all this comprises that the structure has been changing right onto the ratio chart, right onto the price chart. Even if I go onto the bar chart over here, again look at the 4th chart. This is the daily chart of PSU Bank Index, and if you look at the lows in 2021, if you look at the momentum, 2022, if you look at the momentum onto the answer, there was shakeout happened. And look at the V-shaped recovery happen into the momentum into the PSU Bank Index. Plus, if you look at the RSI on the lower panel, where the where the red arrow lines have been marked, it is a positive divergence, which means that the prices have hit lower lows, but the RSI is not hitting the lower line. There is a sign of positive divergence. Plus, if you look at the green, the bullish range shift has happened on the RSI. With orange line, if you look at the price chart, there is this is a 200 days exponential moving average, and prices are convincingly trading above 200 days average, with the previous high being crossed successfully. So I believe with all this component, ratio chart indicating a bullish scenario being developed, and PSU outperformance may begin. I think bullish structure out here has been there. RSI indicating on a verge of breakout onto the ratio chart. Point and figure chart is indicating a bullish structure breakout has happened onto the monthly scale of 3% by 3. So if you are following point and figure, you may understand the structure or the time it takes on the monthly chart on 3 by 3% moves, which means a major trend change has happened. Plus the daily, the shakeout has already happened and weak hands have been taken out. So I believe if you are an investor, if you want to take a contrarian bet onto the markets, do buy PSU Bank. And again, you can choose PSU Bank, whatever fundamental strong they may be, what are the technical structure they are outperforming, and you can choose the stock. But I think PSU Bank Index could be one of the sector which can be a potential money making opportunity for next 8 to 10 years into the markets. Stick on to the PSU Bank, and if in case you are have not bought, or you think that PSU is the garbage into the markets, I believe the trend is changing, and this is a countermeasure I am taking for next 8 to 10 years on PSU banks. Signing off, Brijesh Bhatia.